Thank you, everyone who's here listening. Before we start, full disclaimer. We are not professionals nor certified stockbrokers. We do sell, buy, and trade stocks, but at our own discretion. The content that we talk about is based on our own opinion, not fact, and the content is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, what you invest is at your own risk. If you know nothing about stock investing, we highly suggest you seek professional help. Due to the content of the show, this is for mature audience only. Welcome to the Hustle, the Struggle Investment Podcast, where two regular guys not from Wall Street come together and simply talk stocks and investments. We're here to give you the raw and uncut stories of an everyday trader. Tune in and zone out. Let's talk money. Hello, everyone. It just sounds so typical. Hello, everyone. I'm trying to think of what I can say that's cool.
Hey, yo, what's up? I don't know.
Okay, I got it. Yo, what's up, people? How are you out there? You are in a new episode of the Hustle, the Struggle podcast. This is episode 3, and this is your host, Herbert, and my main man, David. So we're here today to talk about something very important. We're here to talk about what tools we use to invest. Again, as you heard the disclaimer that you should do your own research. We're not professionals. We're not certified in any way. So we hope that you can just use this as a resource or formulate an idea, but don't just go off what we talk about. Definitely do your research. There's a ton of tools and other ideas, resources, however you want to describe, that's out there. We're just here to kind of talk about this based on the episode. So in that case, we're just going to dive right in. And Dave, you want to lead or should I start?
Yeah, why don't you start? You're always good at starting.
Okay, cool. So the tools that I use, Dave, currently right now is I use Fidelity and Robinhood. Mm-hmm. So if you remember from episode 1, I did mention my first trading experience. That was with TD Ameritrade. And the only reason I don't use TD Ameritrade anymore is I wanted to consolidate. Okay. I didn't want to have so many accounts that's open and just all over the place. So how I got connected with Fidelity is I had a 401k and just through that 401k, I really liked the performance. I like the tools and stuff that Fidelity had that was available on their platform in correlation to TD Ameritrade. And TD Ameritrade is great in regards of information. And what I mean is like getting in as a new investor, if you want to know about the stock market, you want to learn how to read the charts, you want to learn all the terminology and what it means, some of the strategies, forecasting. I think TD Ameritrade is better than Fidelity. But the platform itself, I think it's a lot more user-friendly than Fidelity. So that's how I kind of migrated more so on that. For me, what's most important is timing. I want to make sure that I can trigger the market right away. I can make my sales right away. And I just felt like it was better with Fidelity. TD Ameritrade, they had this Think or Swim platform, which is great. It's awesome because I mentioned the whole virtual component where you can set up a fake account or just a virtual account or an account with virtual money as if you actually investing in the stock market, which is really, really cool. But actually using the platform, I felt like it was a little too informative. So definitely when I had to make trades and if I wanted to make a trade right away, there were certain parts that I had to look at, really pay attention to. The way it was set up where if you wanted to do a market buy, limit stop, and so forth, it was tricky to understand, but Fidelity was a lot more user-friendly. And I got to realize that obviously checking my 401k every now and then. So from there, I just opened up an individual brokerage account through Fidelity, and then I had the IRA from TD Ameritrade, transferred that over. Okay. And yeah. So Fidelity, that's the outcome that I got.
Are you still with them?
Oh yeah. No, for sure. For sure. So with Robinhood, I'll be honest, I only opened up Robinhood because of the free stock during that time. I think that's just a regular component for the application. They always offer a free stock. But I think at the time that I opened the account, there was a promotion where you got 3 free stocks. So I got 3 free stocks open up Robinhood, and I think that's the only reason I did it. But I just kind of stayed on it, gave it a try.
What kind of stocks did you buy? The 3, or did you get?
Oh, did I get? Oh, there. Well, I remember
Some bargain
one.
bin stocks.
Well, one of them was Fitbit, which was only like $2 a share, something low. I didn't really get any high value stocks. Like they market that, if you open up an account, you can get, you can potentially get Amazon stock or a Google stock for free. And it's like, nah. Okay. Like, what's the probability of that shit happening?
It's like those, trying to get the collectible Pokemon card in the pack there, You really want Google, but you got like Foogle instead, The Eastern European offshoot.
No, for sure. But yeah, it was just like that. But anyways, I was using Robinhood and I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. So I just decided to stay on Robinhood, keep the account open, use it for a while. And one thing about Robinhood, I will give its credit, it's this instantaneous trading. It's a lot faster than Fidelity or any other platform I probably looked into.
What do you mean, like a lot faster? I mean,
because it's a very basic platform.
Yeah.
Whereas, TD Ameritrade and Fidelity, they're more like institutions. So when you open their account, they are going to give you like links, articles, relatively news. You actually see the chart. So there's things that you have to dissect before even going to your portfolio. Then once you go to your portfolio, then obviously there's a little bit of maneuvering that you have to do to make your trade. Whereas Robinhood is basically like you have this little green line and you have the stock there and you just say, hey, I want to buy. And you say whatever type of buy that you want. And I do use Robinhood as my watch list. I don't use any other institution. So my entire watch list is through Robinhood. So one technique for me is I'll have my watch list, but then when I'm ready to trade from Fidelity, I'll just have my phone with me with Robinhood, check my watch list, and do all my trading through Fidelity that way.
You just like the visuals of Robinhood, or maybe how it presents the information?
Yeah. To me, it's like it is. It's exactly what it is. It's where they say it's trading for millennials, but for me, it's like trading for dummies. Not to say that millennials are dummies, but because we are millennials, of course. But what I mean is that it's a very simplistic approach in trading. Okay. Again, if you don't know anything about trading and you just want to give it a try, Robinhood would be that platform that you would do.
How long do you think that's good for? Like, in terms of, I get it. Once you start learning how to trade, then having something simple is good. But after a while, you might want something more advanced.
No, exactly. So I'm glad you mentioned that. So my view have changed, of course, with Robinhood. Again, it was just me giving it a try. But after using the platform for about a year, I realized that, if you're more of an advanced trader, more experienced, I highly don't recommend it. I think from a prior episode, I had mentioned about the covered customer service component.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's no hotline. There's no phone number. You can't talk to anyone direct. It's all through email. So if you ever have a problem with your money and you need information right away, or at least the same day, the same trading day, you probably won't get any feedback or a reply, maybe weeks.
Oh, wow.
Even months. It was terrible last year with COVID because there was short staff, of course, and the whole, working from home. I know I had a problem with, it was a cryptocurrency. I think I was trying to make a trade or something, but they were updating the application where you couldn't trigger any trades. I was trying to trade Bitcoin at the time. But anyways, it was just some conflict, and I sent an email, and they didn't reply until like 3 months later. So I had to pretty much just kind of wait it out for the application to adjust. Wow. And I mean, by that point, my problem was kind of irrelevant by the time they replied.
3 months. Wow.
And that was last year.
Jeez.
So at that point, I'm just like, nah, I can't. This is not legit. And hopefully, if anyone from that company listens to this, this is some good feedback for them to adjust. But they definitely need some people that's more prompt with customer service issues dealing with Robinhood. Because again, these are people money. But another reason I don't use Robinhood for more advancements is because, like I said, it's a very simplistic form of trading. Like their interface is very basic and simple. They are involving. I've noticed that they've included option trading. They've included some other features. They even have a subscription where you can get Robinhood Gold. and you actually get like more, I guess, substantial information in the stock market.
Oh, okay.
You know, probably just from some credible writers.
So it's a gold subscription. Like they don't send you gold or anything.
No. It's just a higher tier. You don't even get a free stock. It's just a higher tier to what you're already trading for.
Okay.
And I think I'm not sure if, what do they call it? Margin. I don't know if you get to margin trade for gold. I don't even know if you can margin trade without gold. I'm not sure. I've never requested margin through Robinhood.
They do have margin trading. Or trading on margin.
They do. I just don't know if it's part of the regular tier or if you get the subscription.
Okay.
That part I'm not sure about. But yeah, I mean, Robinhood, it is growing, but still I'm not confident enough to use my advanced trading through Robinhood. So currently I just use Robinhood for cryptocurrency because one thing about Robinhood, there's no fees with crypto in correlation to other applications like Bitstamp and Coinbase. I know Bitstamp, they charge 25% per trade, which is, to me, very high.
Yeah. That's highway robbery. Like,
yeah. But this is the trick, though. This is the trade-off. They don't charge any commission for cryptocurrency, but you don't own the coin. So there's no coin wallet that you can transfer. You can't transfer any crypto that you own to another coin-based application or crypto-based application. So whatever crypto you own in Robinhood, technically it's pretty much remains under their platform.
Interesting. Yeah. So, and maybe you never really own the crypto. You're just trading it constantly.
Exactly. But yeah, those are my tools.
Wow. Yeah. Let's see. Those are very good tools. What have I been using? I used to use some pretty basic tools. Actually, I would say one of my most useful tools, but is probably the most general of tools, is it's like a shovel, I guess, of tools. It's not like, I don't know, a Dremel. It's just a shovel and like without a handle. But essentially, I try to find the best news source. So sometimes when I'm looking for a tool for investing, it's more of like, what news service? So what I mean by that is like, I often, especially in the past, use Google News. And actually, and I think I mentioned this before.
Google News is a good outlet, actually.
Yeah, and they used to have, and they used to offer Google Finance. I know they still do, but it's not what it used to be, because they used to have on the same graph, they used to correlate all the Google News stories on the price chart, so you can kind of have a feeling when some price activity is related to certain news. Yeah.
But you can't trade from Google, right?
They don't offer any broker service or, anything like that, brokerage accounts. Yeah, you're right. So, and also I use Yahoo Finance, and it's okay. It's just like a ticker tape, to me. And it's when these services start offering their opinions and articles, that's when I kind of drift away, because I just want some data.
Yeah.
I don't want someone to tell me how to interpret the data necessarily. Like, I want to, first, I think it's important that people know what they're looking at, and understand the charts and the numbers, to a degree, master, sure. Maybe not, but at least know what you're looking at. And then, go from there. So that's why I'm more concerned about getting some, I guess, I term it raw data, but it's not really raw. It's gone through a lot of filters anyways. And stuff that's up to date.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like some kind of psychic, or I don't know, what are they, soothsayer, or maybe those tea leaves. So like, I'm one of those people that do look at charts and think that there will be something will come out of them. Yeah.
But what about your institution?
Trading? Yeah. So I'm currently using E-Trade. So that's actually...
I almost signed up for E-Trade.
Did they give you anything or offer you anything?
No. What's funny is at the time, So, oh yeah, going back to the whole TD Ameritrade. So when I was looking for an account to open, I did do a comparison of Fidelity, E-Trade, and TD Ameritrade. This was years ago, so I don't remember the website.
Yeah.
But it literally like compared each feature.
Oh, okay.
There was like a tier for each feature. Like Fidelity has this, TD Ameritrade has this, E-Trade has that, and
Nice.
TD Ameritrade outperformed all of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But coming from my experience, again, I was more fond of Fidelity.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know the exact history of them, but I think they all kind of represent a certain, I'm not too sure about Fidelity, but E-Trade, I think it was one of the first online platforms, so non-institutional trading platform. TD Ameritrade, I know is new, relatively new. But Fidelity, I think maybe one of the three, the older one. And, well, we'll let our callers, correct us on all our mistakes on this show. But I think Fidelity may be older than E-Trade, and E-Trade, and once again, E-Trade kind of, in my opinion, I think, trying to remember when it came out, I think it tried to really distinguish itself as like a kind of more pure online platform. That's why you don't see like, obviously buildings with E-Trade. Not too many, I should say.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
for sure.
What I like about it, well, I don't know. I've been using the app a lot, so it's kind of funny how much money transfers through my phone nowadays. You know what I mean? I used to use my desktop, but more of the features are moving over to the app. Mm-hmm. And
how's the interface on the app? Is it pretty simple, easy, complicated?
iOS is a lot cleaner than Android, but they updated the Android to look like iOS. So I appreciate that on E-Trade.
Okay.
It was a lot more slick.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, if you want to impress people, like, hey, these are stocks I have, look how fancy they look,
Yeah, that's good to know. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because since we're talking about tools to use, I should say that TD Ameritrade application, it's far more better than Fidelity's app.
Oh.
I think to compare, Fidelity definitely lags on their application. Yeah, I mean they have an app where you can trade, but it's basically like I want to say, I'm assuming that E-Trade, their interface is probably separate from desktop, because that's how TD Ameritrade is. It's the same account, but it's a totally different design than what's on desktop. Whereas Fidelity is literally just a mobile version of desktop. So it's a lot more complicated.
So they don't make it specifically for mobile.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
Exactly. So
another thing that's not so obvious, I guess, is E-Trade offers what they call an API, which is Application Programming Interface. So, that allows for more customization of tools, and some people have some interesting things. So this is kind of even a further subset of the tools that we use. And it's actually got me exploring on ways that maybe I could learn how to create my own tools. And that just goes down a totally, your own personal rabbit hole. It's like, what do you look, we all talk about indicators and stuff, P over E, and volume and just even price and stuff like that, bid asks at any moment of the trading session. So I'm thinking, long story short, I want to create more tools based on, obviously not things that are pretty standard, but more exotic ways of analyzing stocks.
Okay, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because this made me think about so about the AI that's being implemented in trading, right? Virtual trading.
There's going to be a lot of AIs now. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they have these accounts, these money management accounts where it's all just AI that coordinates your portfolio. It times the market. It has its own sophistication. But of course, AI is relatively new.
Yeah.
So, as AI evolves, becomes more sophisticated, what's some of the ideas of how it could, how can it affect the market?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I think this is kind of like going down the rabbit hole, but like if let's say you're not under a money managed account, you just have an individual brokerage account, but let's say you're an engineer and you can probably create, some AI components to do the trading for you. Yeah. Like that could be a new form of scam trading or something. I don't know, but
yeah. And I think maybe where some of the more like, I don't know, in the near future benefits of AI is just simply crunching numbers. So maybe you, instead of looking at 1 or 5 days of, or 6 months, or even 5 years of a history of a stock price, the AI can also pull in the stock price, all the relevant news going on at that time, certain financial details, and correlate that all together and try to make some sense into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do wonder, like, how is this going to replace, human trading? And we already know about high frequency trading. So not quite AI in the decision-making process, but, just the speed of which you can make a trade, and all the big institutions are taking advantage of that. But, for us normal people, on the ground level of things, I think it's also very important to realize that even with all these fancy technology features, promises, essentially, that it still hasn't quite replaced human intuition. And things like, kind of like Warren Buffett, if what they say about him is true.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
and
new.
His buddy, Charlie Munger or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but AI itself, it's still new, just in every industry. But yeah, it's something to think about. Like when you talk about the many scammers and the people that kind of work the market in their favor, that might be like the new crook in the future. Yeah. A few decades from now, like when we have that next big crash, it's probably going to come from AI. AI just doing these egregious trading in the market, and there's no way that we can control it unless we like shut down the machine or something.
We'll have to do that journey into the core of the machine. It's gonna be like 3 movies long, right? When do we have to shut down the machine? The year is 3033 or something.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's something. But yeah, you were mentioning. So I know I started off with some of the institutions that I trade, but you mentioned some of the tools. Yeah. So just wanting to expand off what you said, actually some tools that I use is Market Watch. Or no, I think it's called Market Watch. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, they're the website and
Wallet Investor.
Yeah.
I use Wallet Investor. And the reason I like Wallet Investor is I think they give this information probably in real time, but it's always more of like...
I remember this site. You told me this one.
Yeah, it's like the price opening in the market or closing in the market. I haven't really figured that out because I haven't really dove deep when it shows the current price. But it has these prediction forecasts, and I've used this for a few securities and been right. I mean, it hasn't been accurate to what it averages is the possibility, for a 1 year gain or let's say a 5 year forecast. But if it says that it's uptrend and it shows the prediction to that, it's been relatively correct. And the cool thing about this is you can actually subscribe to the site and it gives more information. You can get a premium for, right now I'm on the website as we speak, but you can get the premium for $7.49. I don't know if that's for a month or for the whole year. But either way, you get more information. But that's a good tool that I use. And that's, again, just for me to make a prediction to what to expect on the security, especially if it's a security that I don't know much about on hands. Like if it's something that's trending in the forecast. I'm sorry, not in the forecast, but something that's trending in the market. And that relation to FOMO, if I want to get into it, but I don't know much about the stock, I'll generally use this as just like a quick tidbit. And it's worked for me. And then another one, going back to TD Ameritrade, they actually have, it's called TD Ameritrade Network, but TD Ameritrade Network, they have their own like television show where they have, I guess,
really?
TD Ameritrade Insiders that talks about the market, give their own predictions. So, as I said before, TD Ameritrade is a really good resource for information.
How do you feel about their advice on that, on their video casts, their video presentations?
I mean, it's pretty strong, but I think it's typical, to whatever else place that you can go to, like you mentioned, Google Finance. I think Google Finance have videos too, right?
The thing about Google Finance is, to my knowledge, is they don't make anything their own. They just scrape the internet for our stuff.
Oh, okay.
They're aggregators, as they call. So they don't have an in-house group of people where they publish, their own material.
Yeah, I mean, just from stuff that I've seen, like on CNN, when they have the whole financial component, other news outlets, I can't think of any right now. Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm pretty bad at that. Like, I watch this stuff, but it's not like I'm writing down the name or I have a favorite commentator.
It's not that, and these kind of, the use of this news for me is never like the news is going to say, you need to buy this because of that. They'll never say anything like that.
Oh, absolutely.
What they'll say is, this is happening there.
Yes.
And, we think this and that. And it's up to me, essentially, or you, to think, to come to the conclusion, will this then affect that, And
then on top of that, too, though, like, I think this probably like a nuance, but like these influencers on the market, like if let's say you're watching something that's in relation to investment and Elon Musk is on this episode, what he says holds weight. Or let's say a Kathy Woods or a Warren Buffett.
All celebrity. What came first? Yeah. Like, the influencer or the like? No one knows.
Yeah. So if you're going to speculate and make a judgment on what to buy, just kind of like watch your interview and see what they say,
If I ever had a stock to sell, I'm going to go find some pretty outrageous celebrities, to go online and talk. And I'm sure, I'm sure that's what companies do. And they have these, before they go IPO, they have these big tours and whatnot.
It's true.
Public opinion is a huge matter. In fact,
it's very much so.
That might be one of the biggest factors in the stock, the price of a stock or, a share or whatever.
But it is comforting though. Like
equity.
If you have a security and let's say like a person like Shamath say something great about that security, it is comforting to know like, oh, like I bought something that's good. Shamath is talking about it. So that means that it's gonna, it's gonna do well long term.
You better be right, Shamath. Yeah, no, there's definitely, I mean, for those, out there who don't know, we also have this, a group of friends that we talk investing with. Yeah. So we all seem to have, or most of us, I should say, seem to have our celebrity favorites.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was the reason of bringing us together, just to kind of pull in, as much resources and ideas and even more tools as possible. So actually, I want to ask something. I want to transition back to cryptocurrency. When I said I use Robinhood.
Always transitioning back to crypto, right? Hey, how's the weather? Oh, by the way.
Well, no, I don't know if you got a chance to see the Webull platform, because I've been thinking about transitioning to Webull for crypto, because I don't think they charge any commission too. I want to say Webull is like Robinhood's competitor, but it's a lot more sophisticated. So if you remember when I mentioned Webull a few months back, I opened that account because they had a promotion where they were offering 5 free stocks.
Ah, jeez.
They were still low value though, but I opened up the account, got the 5 free stocks. But then right away, I got approved to trade crypto, and they had like a whole crypto platform. And I want to say they even had more ICO coins available than Robinhood, but I never utilized it. Yeah. So I'm just curious to see. Did you ever see their platform?
So I didn't use Webull. No, I used their stock screener monitor tool because I needed something for my phone. But no, I haven't used that. Our friend Yao. Yeah. He's aware of that, and I think he used it at some point.
Yeah.
For crypto, I've been using a handful of things. I'm using Coinbase Pro now, but I was using Binance as well. And that has a lot of stuff like that. That feels like.
But Binance is expensive, aren't they?
You know what? The thing about
For like
the fees are a very interesting point of view, like a very interesting topic, because every time you make a cryptocurrency transaction, you pay a fee. And a lot of it, I don't know if for every crypto, but for say Bitcoin, it can affect the speed of which you complete the transaction. It's a gas.
I noticed that.
It's gassing.
I totally noticed that.
I think it might actually be separate from the fee, but it is a variable amount. So, you know, not all transactions will necessarily be the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know with Robinhood, you really have to limit buy in crypto. Because like just buying into an uptrend, if it's going bull, it's going up, and I do a market buy, like I've noticed, if I'm looking at the chart and let's say Bitcoin say maybe 50,000 and then I trigger a trade, it actually traded at like 50,800.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I mean,
crypto's like,
I'm just assuming maybe it's because of the aggressive volatility. That's just how fast it's moving, you know, faster than the naked eye to what we see on the chart. Or that could just be like a hidden fee that's not disclosed through Robinhood.
Yeah, and for things like Bitcoin, these fees play a big role. You know,
Yeah.
So obviously for it to incentivize people to do the calculations, to do the transaction, and then they have a built-in kind of system where, you know, these fees are dictated. So they're not just like dictated by a person; they're systematically dictated. And I think, from what I understand, is these fees get reduced as time goes on for Bitcoin. So there's, you know, there's time and there's a couple of factors. I don't know what to say. You know, I mean, fees we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get rid of fees, but yeah, you know, in the terms of crypto, because it's so decentralized, I guess, that someone's got to do the work.
As they say.
Yeah, as they say, it's a little different. Like, yeah, I mean, I understand it's not like Ameritrade or something where like they have a headquartered building and they have like, you know, thousands of employees. So,
yeah.
One thing I do like to say, just in fees in general, I do like how Ameritrade got rid of their fees last year or 2 years ago and pushed other
Fidelity as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm assuming maybe Robinhood had a strong influence in that.
Probably.
Because when they first introduced that platform, I think that was like the heavy benefit, no commission fees, no commission to trading. And then I noticed a lot of these other companies followed. Because when I had TD Ameritrade, the promo was actually like 5 free trades. And then after that, I think it was like $2.99 or something like that. Yeah.
So that has always been like, you know, for 10 years or so, like a real, like kind of a factor in my trade. Not a big one, but like, you know, paying $9 or $7 per transaction.
Yeah.
But now it's nothing. I'm wondering, like, where do these companies make the money? Like, just really, do they make it off bad margin trades or something, you know, bad judgments, you know?
Good point. That's probably, that's a good point. Yeah.
Are they misery? They make money off misery, you know? Are they one of those people?
I bet they make a lot of money off bad margin trades. I wouldn't be surprised if like 50% of like traders in the market is trading off margins. Because I've thought about that. Well, actually, I'm margin trading, but relatively to what I'm trading at margin, I still have the cash that's available.
Okay.
So I'm not obscurely, trading with margin. It's not like
you're not going up to your limit.
Exactly. However, if you remember, I had mentioned in the chat sometime last year, I was thinking about taking out a loan.
Yeah.
I was just going to take out a loan and
That's
take
scary territory. Every time people mention that, you know, I'm just like, oh man,
So that's food for thought for the listeners. It's really up to you. Again, we're not professionals, please. And I have to always enforce this is for entertainment purposes only. But to say, like, don't take out a fucking loan. Don't finance anything to put your money in the stock market.
Yeah.
And if you do, please know what you're doing. Know what the hell you're getting into.
Don't drain your savings. You still need a savings account. Yeah, sure, it's not attractive.
Yeah.
Money's not going to go up or down, but it literally won't go anywhere from there for the most part. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I could just see some young kid now, like, listening to this. And as soon as I mention, like, I was going to take out a loan, a light bulb moment pops up like, oh, wait, I can do that. It's like, no, don't do that. I didn't do it. I thought about it, but I did not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about the long-term ramifications. I'm like, okay, I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Oh, man, borrowing money, that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, let me just say, I learned a good lesson in high school or soon after, seeing a lot of my friends come out of high school, getting jobs, mind you, right?
Yeah.
But racking up that credit card, new truck, new everything.
Yeah.
Even if they do have a job, it's still hard to pay off.
Yeah, but man, you mentioned something interesting. If that's how these finance institutions are making money, then that basically exposes how much debt there is. It's kind of scary to think about. I didn't even think about that.
Hole.
Yeah, I know.
Follow the rabbit down the hole.
Because for me, I'm just comfortable not having to pay a commission fee, which is a cool thing. But you're right. How are they making their money? Because that's how it used to be, right? I'm assuming you make your money from the trade. Or there'll be a financial advisor in place, and then they have to pocket, for making the trade for you, or however the protocol is. Mm-hmm. I just figured the benefit would be that trade that's triggered. But if you take out the middleman and you take out the commission fee and the price, how are they making money? So you have these defaulted accounts. and I remember...
You know what it is, really? They're making their money, Panama Papers.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that individual brokerage accounts are not like opening up credit cards. Like there's a bonus incentive. Like if you're a representative at
E-Trade has a credit card.
Oh, they all do.
Oh, they all do.
But there's an incentive with credit cards. That's why they always push it.
Yeah.
But let's say if it was like, if you go to TD Ameritrade and you open up an individual brokerage account, I collect commission. But if they got rid of the commission, then
Yeah.
Something to think about. But yeah. But yeah, I think...
How are we on time?
Oh, yeah, we're 37 minutes in, almost at 40. But I think this is a good time to stop. I mean, we talked about a lot in relative to tools.
Honestly, I didn't think we would talk this much. We were going through, we had a discussion before the show, and I didn't really think we'd get that far.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And, of course, if anyone out there has any, episode ideas, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, please. We just opened up an Instagram. We didn't mention this in episode 1 and 2 because we're doing a bunch of episodes, and then we're gonna stream, put everything together. But this is a project that we're building, so please leave any comments and feedbacks at our Instagram at The Hustle, The Struggle. Or at The Hustle, The Struggle. I think that's it. Or you can just search The Hustle, The Struggle Investment Podcast. But yeah, we do have an Instagram. But once we start streaming, please leave comments and feedback, of course.
And money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give us money. Damn. We got to open
You know what? Save your money. Invest it wisely.
We have to open up a Venmo account for the podcast, huh?
That's right.
Donations. Keep this thing alive.
Yeah. Start our GoFundMe. And
don't do that. That'd be bad.
That's sacred ground.
Then people are gonna speculate that we're just using the money to put in the stock market. Like, you're buying stocks with our donations. Like, no. But yeah, and plus, I don't want to talk about any tools that we haven't used. But
there's so many out there.
There's so many out there. That's a good point. Yeah. So again,
let us know what your favorite tools are too, folks out there. We're interested. We always want to learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. Please. And that would be a good opportunity to say that's the point of this podcast. You really want to get people out there and learn the importance of finances, have a better understanding of capitalism and the free market. Because I think the way it's propagated in this country today is very politicized. We only see this one image of what investing is. It's that white guy in a suit, Wall Street, and it's not that. I mean, anyone can invest. You just have to know what you're doing, but there's a lot of benefits to investment. And the way I see investment is basically long-term savings, and it's a very substantial way of saving. And I feel like if there's a lot of morality and ethics and integrity in the market, then it's definitely a huge component to get anyone out of poverty when you talk about the land of opportunity in the United States. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, a lot of people are just financially ignorant. And I don't mean that in a rude way. That's just the way it is, whether we want to say it's the system. But that's what this platform is about. It's not a how-to. We're not giving any strategies. It's just to give you a realistic idea of how it is in the stock market and just being an everyday person and you investing, trying to capitalize and make money. And there's various ways of investing. We're talking about individual brokerage accounts as a day trader, but then you have mutual funds, you have annuities, you have ETFs and so forth. But I just say all of that to say we want people involved and to leave comments. And since we're talking about tools, listeners out there, please give us information on what tools that you use. And let's just let's build this whole utopia of just fresh.
A nation of traders.
Yeah, progressive.
Utopian traders.
Progressive traders. Activist traders,
Interesting.
Robin Hood. I take from the rich and give to the poor.
And then take it back again. No.
Right.
But you're right. Yes, people, don't get scared. Get informed.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, that ends this segment. Again, this is the Hustle, the Struggle Investment Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode 3. So tune in next time for the next episode. We don't know what the topic will be, but we never do. Well, other than that, thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone have a great day out there. And again, just make sure you know what you're doing and enjoy. That's all I have to say. Anything you want to leave?
Just take care and spend wisely, folks.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. So this is your host, Herb, and Dave, Main Man Dave.
Whatever.
And, all right. But anyways, that's it. Peace. Everyone have a good one.
See ya.
Thank you, everyone who's here listening. Full disclaimer. We are not professionals nor certified stockbrokers. We do sell, buy, and trade stocks, but at our own discretion. The content that we talk about is based on our own opinion, not fact, and the content is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, what you invest is at your own risk. If you know nothing about stock investing, we highly suggest you seek professional help.